everything we rewind ultimately has to start somewhere. Everything ultimately has to have a cause. The physical, that which is alive itself, and the things you can't see, like morality. How do you really know for sure what is right, what is wrong, what is true, and what is false? Like ultimately, how do you know? Like based on what standard do you measure the truthfulness of your truth? Like it has to come from somewhere, and that somewhere is not a large hadron collider, it's nothingness. You know, in my box here, the reason that we wanted like radar reflecting paint was that we wanted to be able to say that like even radio waves and cell phone signals weren't going through this, that sound waves aren't going through it, that light, okay, I'm pretty confident there's not a lot of light in there, that nothing's inside this box. And I spoke with an artist who was gonna make this out of glass for us, to even, at the last moment before it was sealed, like blast it with a torch, suck all the oxygen out so that there was not even any air in it. It was like a true vacuum that was black and absolutely free of any kind of cell phone wave or signal of any kind, because that's where you start. And you just observe. Set a time frame, say like 9 trillion years. Just pretend like I actually went through on the big budget for this box, and let's just like pretend, because the biodegradation period of glass is yet to be determined. Let's just pretend like I actually did that with this box, and let's just pretend like we could observe this for 9 trillion years. Let's just watch it, just like see if anything comes out, and then in 9 trillion years we open it and we see if there's any kind of like, you know, planet or like life or like sense of right and wrong that comes out of it. But the whole point is that it's a foregone conclusion, and for that reason, you know, we opted for the cardboard box that we spray painted with black spray paint, because you already know. You already know, my friend. You know, nothing's coming out of this box. I'll keep opening it from time to time, you know, to check and to remind us, but we already know that there's no universe exploding into existence out of this box. The Aristotelian view of the universe, it served us pretty well for a long time, and it was pretty comfortable for atheists, because you just kind of dodge the question of ultimate origins. And even Albert Einstein himself, his own atheism was kind of based on that Aristotelian view of the universe. It's always been there. It just the universe simply is. So we never address the question of where matter came from, where life came from, where morality comes from, and we're just able to get by for a really long time. And then there was this like comparatively young punk with a telescope, and it just changed everything. Hubble discovered something. It's that the universe is physically expanding. This is actually where the Big Bang Theory came from. The Aristotelian view was a really, really easy way to just dodge like the ultimate question for a really long time and for a lot of really smart people. And then Hubble's discovery, it just changed everything. It's what led to Einstein saying, "I see now the necessity for a beginning." Now, he didn't go on to profess faith in Jesus and become a Christian. He kind of arrived at what we call deism, just the belief that, okay, there has to be a creator. Like nothing's coming out of this box on its own. So obviously something started the universe, something began the Big Bang, something had to cause all of this. But he stopped short of professing faith. For whatever it's worth, I think some of that comes down to the priests and clergy with whom he consulted. But now it's your turn. These are the kind of questions that we just don't ever really bring up. You know, like once you've started gaining weight, you don't step back on the scale. Yeah, I don't want to know how much I weigh. If I look in the mirror and I can see that I'm gaining weight, I don't want to know how much I've gained. I'm just gonna put some dirty clothes on top of the scale. I'll be totally honest with you. I don't want to address it. But this is the time, you know, to step on the scale and address that like haunting question. You just keep postponing. Where did it actually come from? Because it has bearing on something that could be more important than anything else in life. And like even a 1% chance that this is more important than everything else in life is worth sacrificing everything. Ultimately, where did physical matter come from? Like even just one singular atom. The guys who formulated the Big Bang Theory, when questioned where did the singularity that exploded come from, they said, we don't know. They were just trying to address universal expansion. But it has bearing on you right now. Ultimately, like where does even a single atom come from? I mean, the fact that it might be the most important question ever makes it worth addressing right now.